All right, so I'm gonna do a single-legged box squat. I'm gonna do this with a kettlebell, or you can do this with no kettlebell, so just your body weight. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick my foot out, and notice I'm only standing just a couple inches away from the bench. So I'm gonna hold this kettlebell up to me, stick your foot out, sit down all the way, and then you're gonna push through your entire foot. So you don't wanna push too much off just your heel. You want your big toe, pinky toe, and heel right on the ground. So I'm gonna do a couple reps. I'm gonna do 15 each side. So I'm gonna do a sumo kettlebell deadlift. You could do this with a barbell. I just need to check your form, so don't forget to send me videos, or you could hold on to 2 dumbbells while doing this. But I'm gonna start with a kettlebell. Make sure that your midfoot or your shoelaces are in line with the handle. So I'm gonna take a wide stance like this, and then I'm gonna make sure I tighten my lats. So I squeeze back my lats, and then I tighten my triceps down before I even bend over. Take a deep breath in my belly. I'm gonna pick it up, and then I'm gonna push the floor away from me. And then I'm gonna reverse that movement. So I'm gonna come up, down, down. So again, from the side, tighten your lats, squeeze your triceps, tighten, squeeze, take a deep breath in your belly. You wanna look kind of pregnant, like this, and then pick it up. Push the floor away from you, squeeze your glutes at the top. Down, up, down, up, down. Okay, now we're gonna do a reverse lunge with a 2-second pause at the end of each rep. So I'm gonna hold onto the kettlebell. You can hold onto your dumbbell, or you could have a barbell loaded on your back. So I'm gonna hold onto my kettlebell like this. I'm going to step back with this leg and step back pretty far, and then I'm gonna pause, 1, 2, and then step back. So I'm gonna work on the same leg the whole time. So I'm gonna step back, 1, 2, back. So I'm gonna switch legs after you finish 12 reps on each leg. Do the same thing, you're gonna step back, 1, 2, back. So I'm pressing off my entire foot, not just my heel. Plant your big toe, pinky toe, and heel right on the ground. Step back, 1, 2, and up. Next, we're gonna do kettlebell swings. Ooh. We're gonna do kettlebell swings. So whenever you do your kettlebell swings, I want you to think of this as like a hip thrust kind of motion where you're hinging back with your hips. So first, what helps me is I set this kettlebell back, probably just like a foot or a couple feet in front of me. I'm going to push my butt back as far as possible, and then I'm gonna reach forward. So this is your end position in your kettlebell swing. So I'm gonna swing forward, and I'm just repeating that motion, and I'm really putting all the force through my glutes and not in my back. So notice I'm not doing this. Not doing this type of swing. I'm also not squatting down too much while swinging. It's all in my hips. I pretend there's a wall right behind me that I'm trying to push my butt back towards, and I feel a big stretch in my hamstrings. So again, set it in front of you. Squeeze your glutes at the top as hard as you can, so you want to explode at the top. Okay, so now we're gonna do a reverse crunch with a slow release. We're working your entire core right here. So I like to make a diamond with my hands. I'm gonna put my hands right under my butt to support my lower back. So first I'm gonna take a deep breath, and then I'm gonna tuck my knees as fast as I could towards my chest, and then slowly release down. So deep breath, and exhale out through your mouth as you're lowering down, as slow as you can. So again, and that breathing makes it really intentional for you to just get all that pressure in your core. So we're gonna do a single-legged deadlift. I'm gonna use a kettlebell. You can use a dumbbell, or you could use a barbell if you're super advanced. So if you need support, you're gonna go up against a wall or any like pole that's sticking up, You're gonna go around waist high, and you're gonna hold onto the wall like that for support. So I'm gonna hold onto the kettlebell on the same foot that's planted, the same side. I'm gonna make sure my chest is high, then I push my butt back as far as I can, and then I tap onto the ground and then squeeze my booty up. So again, push your butt back, up. And notice my back leg, the non-working leg, it's kicking back as far as I can. So notice my back leg doesn't stay low like this, because if it stays low, I develop an arch. If I kick it back as far as I can, I'm able to really straighten out my back, and I have no tension whatsoever in my lower back. So we're gonna do a hamstring curl on the stability ball. So you're gonna lie down, and first, how you position yourself, you get your Achilles heel, like this area right here, right on top, like the tippy top of the ball. So I'm gonna start right here, then I'm gonna squeeze my butt up all the way to the ceiling to start, and I like to have my hands out right in my sides to like help plant me down and balance. So I'm gonna squeeze up, and then I'm just gonna curl that ball towards me, and notice that my hips go up a little higher each time. So down, up. Start position, this is level 0. Then I come up to level 1, which is a little higher. So I'm gonna do a sideline clamshell raise. So this movement is a little complicated, but we'll break it down easily. So first, make sure that your foot is down on the ground and your knee is down on the ground. So this entire part right here is gonna stay on the ground the whole time. So I'm gonna pretend, well, first pretend you're like watching TV, and then you're gonna get up. You're gonna start right here in this position. So on your forearm and your elbow. So now I'm gonna push off my knee. I'm gonna lift myself up. So notice this whole part is still on the ground. And as I'm coming up, I'm opening out. Squeeze, down. Squeeze, down, squeeze, down. So you should feel a lot of pressure or a lot of tension in your side glute area. So I'm gonna flip to the other side. Again, make sure your foot and your knee are on the ground. I'm gonna push off this knee, and I'm gonna lift my hip off, and I'm gonna open up, down, up, down. Those are sideline clamshell raises. We're gonna do a banded glute bridge straight into a glute bridge hold with abduction. So we're gonna do 20 for each. So you're gonna put this band on right above your knees. The lower it is towards your knees, the tougher it is. The higher up it is, the harder or the easier it is. So I'm gonna place it right here. I'm gonna lie down. I'm gonna keep my feet kind of wide. And then I'm just gonna squeeze my butt up to the ceiling. So we're gonna go for 20 reps. Once you're done with 20 reps, at the 20th rep, you're gonna hold your glute bridge up in that top position. Then you're gonna simultaneously abduct. So you're gonna stay up here. You're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, up to 20 reps. So you really just wanna burn out those glutes.